Hello guys, in this video we are actually looking at the claim America is now raising in Afghanistan that the Bagram air base belongs to them because of its geopolitical importance. Whenever we talk about Afghanistan, the most crucial aspect we need to understand is Afghanistan's geopolitical location. And historically, Afghanistan has been the state for many important events. We know that very well. This Bagram base was unique place. And now this context, Trump himself is addressing this issue. The main point he put forward, including imposing tariff on India and China, and also on the European Union. And he firmly stated that European countries must face tariffs. And Trump's criticism were very strict about or he said that the UN has no relevance or importance and that the world must be controlled and led by America. And this shows very clearly Trump's mindset here. And why does Trump maintain this kind of attitude towards the world? That becomes very clear from his speech at the UN Assembly he done. What we understand is that American interests always come first, no matter what kind of humanitarian violations happens, or no matter the level of poverty. Even if Africans are starving, Trump sticks only to American policies here. This speech made that very obvious, and he also suggested that European countries should face more tariffs, just like India and China. And he proudly claimed that he had ended more than 7 wars, but complained that he had not received any rewards or appreciation or even thanks from the United Nations. In that way, his speech openly mocked the United Nations. To some extent, that is true. The UN has failed to make decisive move on many important issues, and at the same time, UN itself, Trump openly declared that he deserved a Nobel Prize, even claimed credit for ending the India-Pakistan conflicts. And this is the kind of speech Trump delivered in United Nations. And now coming back to Afghanistan relevance, the significance of the Bagram base and the geopolitical shift emerging in America. And why is India being sidelined? Why is Pakistan being brought to the center here? And the purpose of Bagram base is nothing other than China. It's very clear here. The base exists to counter China, to position America near China's rare earth elements. And Trump created this moment with much pride, announcing tariff and pushing ahead. But the place where Trump stumbled was right in front of China. That was his greatest humiliation. He had announced a tariff of 145 and more, but within 2 weeks he had to take a U-turn and approach China again, asking for rare earth elements. And that's why even today, America's diplomacy has been forced into a flexible mode where it cannot completely isolate China, but has to maintain a certain closeness. Let us look at the significance of the Bagram Air Base here. Bagram is the largest air base in the Afghanistan. Initially, its runway was about 60 kilometers, but the US later expanded to 77 kilometers. The base has two runways, both of which were extensively used by America during 20 years period from 2001 to 2021. And if we go back into history, Bagram started as a small base, and it was the Soviet Union that first developed it into a major base, using it from 1979 to 89. And after 89, America gradually took control of the base, initially for intelligence purpose. By the early 1990s, the US had removed all Soviet equipment, radar setups, and other systems and brought the base fully under their control. America did not make full use of it until later, and the geographic location of Baghdad makes it extremely important. On the western side lies Iran, which can be reached in less than 1 hour. To the east lies India and Pakistan, both of which can be monitored from Afghanistan airbase. To the north are the former Soviet republic like Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan. To the northeast lies China along with part of Russia. So Bagram covers a very wide and strategical crucial area here, yet the US suffered a major intelligence failure here now. Today, it can no longer effectively collect intelligence from this region by America. And for a country that wants to control the world and even mock at the UN at the UN itself, such a failure in half of this region is no small matter. Why Afghanistan location is critical here? Afghanistan to Iran, Afghanistan to Russia, Afghanistan to India, Afghanistan to Pakistan, Afghanistan to Soviet region countries. This chain of intelligence collection is what made Bagram base number one in this way. Now, what about China's importance here? In recent years, China has expanded its influence in Afghanistan through investments, development projects, rare earth exploration, and even fuel supply. And China has been building close ties with Afghanistan, which America sees as a major concern here. And China has already invested heavily in rare earth in Afghanistan. And in just 3 years, they invested about 549 million US dollar in rare earth research and extraction. They have the technology to filter and process these elements easily. And China not only extract the soil rich in rare earth, but also build plants there to process and package it effectively. Beyond that, China even interested in developing a portion of Bagram base itself. Some Chinese companies are already deeply invested there. Central Asian Petroleum and Gas Company working on rare earth lithium excavation in Afghanistan. This project has a budget about 49 billion US dollar with 540 million invested in the first 3 years. And China Metallurgical Group Corporation signed a contract with Afghanistan for copper mining there. Another Chinese corporation have also signed contracts and steadily expanding China's footprint. And this deeply worries America. Why? Because Afghanistan was once a gold opportunity for the US, but it was abandoned after trillions were spent on weapons and war. Now America is struggling for rare earth and looking at Ukraine-Russia war and Rwanda, Congo, and other regions, while China steadily secure control in Afghanistan. From Trump perspective, Afghanistan is ruled by a weak, unstable government that can be easily overpowered under the pretext of fighting terrorism. And this is why Trump's current approach to Afghanistan is about reclaiming strategic ground quickly, especially in light of China's growing presence there. And guys, the reason is nothing else. The target is 100% China here. China is making massive investment inside Afghanistan. But what about Russia's position here? We have to think about that. Russia will not take any strong stance here. It will remain neutral, much like India. Why? Because Putin does not want to interfere in this matter. He is not too happy about China's growing influence in Afghanistan either, but he won't step in. Now, the next country we need to bring into the limelight in this context is Pakistan. The relationship between Pakistan and Afghanistan is not good that much. Why? Because Pakistan has been pushing out Afghan refugees and throwing them out of their homes, leaving many without shelters, forcing them to live in tents on the border in miserable conditions. The situation there is worse than in Gaza. At least in Gaza, aid reaches people, but on the Afghan border, even that does not happen. These Afghan refugees, especially those expelled from Pakistan, have become a suffering population without global focus. And this refugee crisis is one of the main reasons why the United States is now supporting Pakistan even more strongly. By backing Pakistan, US gets a counterweight to India. And if America or China wants to keep India in check, they can use Pakistan as a balancing tool. After India's Operation Sindhu, this plan suffered a setback. For China, it was a big loss. For America, too, it was a big loss. The main reason for not moving Operation Sindhu forward was this. If Pakistan collapses completely, then no country in the region will remain balanced. India here. On diplomatic chessboard, Pakistan must remain there. And that is very important for America here. That is why the United States is now trying in many ways for Pakistan to gain control of the Bagram airbase in Afghanistan. Support for Pakistan will grow massively. Whatever Pakistan asks for America, they will agree, nodding along and giving them the feeling that all their needs are being taken care of. And meanwhile, India will face some setback here, not because of major United States-India dispute, but because diplomatically India has to be slightly downgraded in order for Pakistan to be updated in this balancing act. And America's main goal is to align Pakistan with its diplomatic interests while sidelining China. For this reason, the United States is putting heavy pressure on Afghanistan to somehow take control of Bagram peace. But there is an 80% chance of failure in this plan because the Taliban are standing firm and declaring not even an inch of our land will be given to you. Now let us consider India's position here. India will surely maintain a neutral stand so as like always with Afghanistan. Why? Because Afghanistan is one of the India's biggest intelligence hub. Over the past 25 years, India's role has built Afghanistan into a central hub for intelligence gathering in Central Asia and Eurasia. And that's make Afghanistan strategically vital for Indian intelligence. And this is also why even after the Taliban came to power, they used diplomatic flexibility and mediated through the United Arab Nation to maintain contact and relation with Afghanistan. Some question why deal with this Taliban? Aren't these terrorists? True, I agree that, but they are localized militants. For India, what matters is the intelligence network built over 20 years, which must be preserved. Must be preserved. And Afghanistan is not just a country for India, it's a geopolitical location of immense importance. That's why India has managed to win the goodwill of the Afghanistan people, sending aid, exporting food, supporting Afghanistan against Pakistan policies. And this is all part of India's diplomatic relationship here. And because Afghanistan is very critical intelligence point, one of the most important spot for information gathering. So geopolitically, there's a high significant subject, and that's what I share in this video. Guys, please share your thoughts down in the comment box below. I'll back with more update in the next video. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video.